Now, this is what you might call off the wall, especially after we've just seen King Charles III. A club DJ from Sutton Coldfield has visited more than 70 historic locations across the UK to reenact the life of King Charles I. Daniel Williams came up with the idea 7 years ago to recognise the monarch's reign during the early 17th century. Our correspondent Ben Godfrey joined up with him to experience this rather unique royal journey.
In 2017, Daniel Williams immersed himself in the world of King Charles I.
We all gather to go down this road and to march on to war.
It was a world of surprising encounters.
Arise, Sir Ben Godfrey of BBC Midlands Today.
Today, the King, having survived civil war and nose-to-tail traffic on Spaghetti Junction, has agreed to meet up again, this time at one of Britain's grandest homes. This is Aston Hall. Charles stayed a night at the invitation of his friend Sir Thomas Holt, 2 months after he'd effectively declared war on Parliament.
After many small skirmishes at the start, and then a very, very dramatic battle at Edge Hill, which was the first pitched battle of the entire war. Here in December 1643, a siege happened here itself for 3 days, and that was when the cannonball damage happened to the staircase.
It's history Daniel can live and breathe.
You generally have to psych yourself up tremendously for a whole day of being the king. I learned very fast that there's a feeling of deflation afterwards, a bit like maybe a rock star when they come off stage. It's all about performance and embracing the public and involving them.
If you were a rock star, who would you liken yourself to?
Well, bearing in mind I've got a bit of a beard going on, or a moustache, I'd say Freddie Mercury personally.
Turns out this king wasn't actually a Queen fan. He married but wasn't present at his own wedding. Daniel has hurtled around Britain performing in historic residences and schools, but the journey isn't always smooth. Like today, when King Charles's usual carriage was swapped for a courtesy car due to a broken cam belt. And somehow he ended up in Tamworth.
Thank you for granting me an audience.
As it happens, in 1619 at the Tamworth Moat House, the then teenage Prince of Wales rested here, while his father, King James I, stayed over at Tamworth Castle. It's 2024.
We have a third King Charles. Are you third in the pecking order now?
Amazingly, because of the 400-year difference, I'm able to slip in and not outshine the present king, thankfully, too much.
You might come out of costume, but do you come out of character at all when you go home?
So yes, at some point, thankfully, I can switch off and go back to Daniel, which is crucial, really, when you go into a place like Greg's for a sausage roll.
Time for a wander through Tamworth town centre. How in tune are the king's loyal subjects?
Do you know what his name is?
I'm trying to think. King, sing me, Rob.
Kingy, King.
No, go on, I've been at work all morning.
King Charles.
Charles II.
You run a clothes store. What do you make of this gentleman's attire?
I'm loving the tights, actually.
That's why I come out, actually, to look what other people was looking at.
Daniel Williams is writing a book of these exploits, now reenacting perhaps the most controversial royal figure in history, the only English king ever to be executed for treason. Talk about pressure and posture.
Do. Then take your left arm and put it onto your hip. And then, other hand as if you have a stick in your hand. And I face that way, into the distance, overlooking the realm.
King Charles is a minion shot. I thought this was 17th century England.
Ben Godfrey, BBC Midlands Today.